Hello and welcome to this yoga foundational video for the yoga asana Chaturanga. Chaturanga, or half push-up, is a very challenging pose and one that is very beneficial for really your entire body. It strengthens your arms, your core, and your leg muscles. So Chaturanga, before we start, Chaturanga is part of a flow. Now, the flow is usually used in a Vinyasa style class, but it can be used in other classes. I've seen that. Now, the Vinyasa flow is downward facing dog to Chaturanga, upward facing dog, back to downward facing dog. So today, let's just go ahead and take that flow and go over the fine-tuning alignments for each pose in turn. Okay, so let's go ahead and start in our downward facing dog. Okay, here we are in our downward facing dog. Now, down dog is pulling our hips up to the ceiling, belly towards the thighs, palms are planted into the mat, arms are long and strong. From here, we'll go into our plank pose, hinging forward until shoulders are right above the wrists. From here, now this is the Chaturanga. Now, Chaturanga I've seen done many ways, and there is actually one correct way to do this in order to protect and avoid injury to the shoulders. Now, sometimes I've seen the Chaturanga coming down like so, with your elbows bent at a very strange angle. So for the Chaturanga, what we need to do is hinge very far forward on our toes to bring the forearms in a very, very straight up and down position, so that when we lower halfway, elbows are pulled in, the arms are at a 45-degree angle. Now, like I said, that is a very, very, very important point for Chaturanga, the half push-up. The arms need to be hugged into the body and at a 45-degree angle, avoiding the shoulder injury. So let's take a look at that again. Downward dog to Chaturanga. Downward facing dog. We'll hinge forward onto those tippy toes. Hinge forward, shoulders past the wrists, and lower halfway down, hugging those elbows in, flipping those feet over, pushing up, and here we are in our upward facing dog. Now, in upward facing dog, the shoulders are right over the wrists, the feet are flat, the top of the feet are flat on the floor, legs are lifted, quads are engaged, so you're lifting those kneecaps, shoulders are down and away from the ears, chest is pulling forward. From upward facing dog, we'll hinge back into, pressing back into our downward facing dog. That is our Vinyasa. Once again, downward facing dog, hinging forward into plank, rocking shoulders past the hands onto the tippy toes, lowering halfway down, elbows in, flipping those feet, pushing up, keeping those thighs lifted, chest forward, and back to downward facing dog. And there you have it. For your Vinyasa flow, down dog, Chaturanga, upward facing dog, and back to downward facing dog. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for joining me.